Before you make love with someone new, do this. Have the hygiene conversation. Sexual health is important and we need to be able to talk about these things in a relaxed way. The hygiene conversation. Hi, I am Miriam. I am a holistic sex coach and psychologist and founder of the Multi-Orgasmic Method. And it is my mission to liberate and integrate love and sexuality so that we can experience more of the multi-orgasmic potential of our body and experience deeply fulfilling relationships, including the one with yourself. Before you make love with someone new, talk about your sexual health. In our current Western society, it's quite normal to have many sexual partners, or if you're not in an exclusive relationship, to experiment with a lot of people. And this is on the one hand beautiful, but it is important to talk about sexual health. Before you are making love with someone new, it's important to have the hygiene conversation. Without any shame, it's like we tend to talk about how we enjoy making love when it comes to general physical hygiene, like with perfume, natural, showered, brushing our teeth. These things seem to be normal, and we can also express like, oh, when you eat so much raw onion or raw garlic, I don't really like it. But when it comes to the sexual health, sexual hygiene conversation, and now I'm talking about STDs, sexual transmitted diseases, it's important to know where you are and how you would like to approach this topic in the lovemaking. There's a lot of ignorance around sexual health, how sexual transmitted diseases are being transmitted, and just to see where you are, where the other is, how you feel about sexual health is important, and it should be something shameless because STDs are around and sexual health is important, and many people have different partners. You can also include in this conversation, do you or did you make love without a condom with another person? Did you give oral sex without protection? And I'm not saying you should always use a condom when you give a blowjob or use protection when you're licking a woman, but be conscious about where is the sexual health of the person you are having oral sex with. And that's okay. If you do not feel comfortable with the answer the other person gives you, you can use protection, and you can also ask the other person to get tested for STDs. So a conversation could look like, hey, how's your sexual health? When did you get tested last time? Did you have unprotected sex? And it's important for your sense of safety to know where the other person is at. It's okay and it's normal. We live in a world with STDs and changing partners, and this should just be as normal as like, hey, could you brush your teeth before kissing me? I can understand that there might be embarrassment for you or for the other person bringing this topic up. But honestly, when you decide to have sex with someone, you should be ready to have this conversation and talk about it. If not, you have a risk yourself or bring the other person at risk. Sex comes with communication about sex. Now, I do feel a lot of compassion for this embarrassment arising, because we still have a lot of taboo talking about sexuality, even talking about what we really desire and need in the bed, also boundaries. I have compassion for it, and nonetheless, I feel like if you have regular sex with different people, I think it is important to embrace that you are a sexual person and that there are risks to having multiple partners when you do not deal consciously with that. So yes, embarrassment is okay, and the beauty is that kind of vulnerability, when you bring this topic up, or when the other person brings this topic up of sexual health, it's something that actually can also create connection and open up the conversation about sexuality, like break the ice around the embarrassment of the topic of sex. And I can tell you from experience that when you start doing it, like talking about sex more often, sharing your needs and desires more often, it becomes more like sharing how you like your coffee. Because in essence, it's not different. It's just something we need to relearn as humans. And yeah, I have compassion for it. And exposure therapy sometimes is the answer here. And yeah, like I mentioned, when you have sex with multiple partners, or you change partner regularly, yeah, you have to take responsibility for being a sexual person. There's nothing wrong with that. It's something beautiful, and that is something I would like every human being to embrace. And this hygiene conversation might help with that, maybe just a little bit. Then there is the multi-orgasmic method that I mentioned before. If you would like to know more also how to work with sexual energy, awaken your multi-orgasmic potential, the first step you find in the free mini course in the description below. I also have online courses, Multi-Orgasmic Method for women, for men. Check my website for this. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and yeah, how do you feel about this hygiene conversation? Share if you dare. The comments will inspire other people. I know you read the comments, we all do. So let's create a bit of community here, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.